if there's any video on my channel that's the most important, it's probably going to be this one. So definitely watch it through, watch it twice, watch it 3 times, because if you start exactly like this and you actually follow my steps, you will actually end up very, very far. So what I just did right now is I put up this ASIN that is fully auto ungated, right? What that means is that if any of you were to look up this ASIN right now, it would be auto ungated. Now, when it comes to auto ungated products, sometimes it is kind of tailored to the store. Sometimes for other people, it's auto ungated. Sometimes for other people, it's not, right? But with this product, I know for sure, no matter what, everybody will be auto ungated at the time I'm uploading this video, which is, it's about to be October 2025. So I'm not sure when you guys are watching this, but if you're watching it around the time I uploaded, right now it is auto ungated. If you're watching it a year down the line, I have no clue. You got to be watching my new YouTube videos, right? Don't go out of date. But here is what you are going to be doing first the second you find a product, okay? First, you need to understand what you're looking at. So this is how you read SellerAmp. Eligibility, you can sell this product. What does this mean? You are auto ungated. If it says eligibility restricted, you're gonna have to get manually ungated, meaning that you have to submit an invoice. Okay. As a beginner on Amazon, currently Amazon barely cares about invoices anymore. They more care about your account health. So if your account health is very, very low and you have no history, no sales, and no units sold on your account, they're not going to trust you at all. Okay, so what you need to build is really, really good sales history. You need to be selling a lot of units, and you're going to be doing this by starting selling out auto ungated products. Okay, which is why I'm teaching you how to strictly just find them. Right now, looking at the other important things here: hazmat, no. Dangerous goods, no, that's good, right? For FBM, hazmat dangerous good is really not that important. It's more tailored to FBA items. Looking at private label, I would, starting out, just make sure it just says unlikely. You don't want any private label products, and especially you do not want any IP products, okay? If you don't know what IP is, it basically just means that the brand is kicking you off the listing and you get hit with an intellectual property complaint, and you do not want that on your account, okay? Size, standard size. If it does say large and bulky, typically you do not want to FBM that item because it's going to be costing a lot to ship. And meltable, no. If it is a meltable, you typically want to stay away from this in the summer season, just because if it is a meltable, you don't want it to, melt during shipping and then customers return it, right? So what you want to be looking for in the alerts tab, just to sum it up, okay, is you just want to see everything green, to be honest. If it's meltable, just be careful. If the standard size it's actually really big, only sell that if it's super, super profitable. Typically, you do not want to FBM that item. As long as everything else here is good, then you're straight. Scrolling down to the quick info, okay, BSR. What does this stand for? This stands for Best Sellers Rank. This means that this is the rank of the product inside the category grocery and gourmet food. So this is ranked in the top 4,000 and the top 1% of this category. Now, Amazon sells millions of products, so even being ranked even in like top 50,000 is super, super good. That's still going to be top 1% of the category. Now, if you want to know if it's a good product or not, make sure the BSR is either 1 or 2%, and I would stay under 150,000. So write that down, stay under 150,000 BSR, and stay at like 1 or 2%. When it comes to the estimated sales a month, me personally, I like to purchase products that sell at least 100 times a month if it's profitable, but typically I do stay at the 200 times a month. As long as it sells at least 200 times a month at a nice ROI, I do like to sell that product. Now, starting out, anything that you can find to sell, just go ahead and sell it, because you want to buy, you just want to get units on your account. If it sells 50 times a month and there's only like 5 people on it, that's still a good amount, right? So starting out, just buy anything that even sells at least 100 times a month, as long as you're profitable and you would actually get sales in the buy box, okay? Looking at the cost, price, and profit, starting out, if you are even making $1, I would just sell it, because you really, really need to build that sales history, okay? But at the end of the day, the profit that you guys want is up to you. The ROI is up to you. I like to stick to at least a 25% ROI, but like I said, at the end of the day, it is fully up to you guys. Now, scrolling down further right here, ranks and prices, okay? So we already looked at the BSR and all that, okay? The only thing right now that matters is going to be the fact that it's telling us the lowest prices has been between FBA and FBM has been $16.95, okay? So what you want to do is look at the lowest price right here that it's ever been, and you want to put that in the sale price, okay? And you want to make sure that you would at least be breaking even. Right now, I don't know how much this product costs. I don't know how much this product costs yet because I haven't looked it up, right? But what you want to be making sure is that you are at least breaking even if it were to drop to the lowest price. Okay, just in case, like worst case scenario, as long as the buy box is not price tanking, then you would be good. Now, looking at the first graph of the Keepa chart, okay, I'm going to keep this very simple for you guys because this is a beginner-friendly video, so I'm just going to sum up what is important to know as a beginner. There is more stuff that obviously you have to go more in depth in, but I'm not going to just like bombard you guys with tons of knowledge. I'm just going to explain to you very, very easily what's important to look at right now, okay? So right now in the first chart, the only thing that's important is going to be the pink line, okay? This is the buy box line. Every single time you see the price change, that just means that it's seller. The listing has rotated to a different seller, meaning that they're at a different price, right? What is the buy box? Okay, the buy box is the buy now button on the Amazon page, right? So when you guys go on Amazon and you see sold by this guy, right, and you scroll down to other sellers, it says there's 23 other sellers. How it works is that pretty much like every hour, every few hours, it rotates who gets the sale. What this means is that right now it's 11 p.m. So anybody who buys this product for, let's say 11 p.m. to 12, this guy gets the product, okay? Now, let's say somebody were to buy this product from 1 a.m. to 2 a.m., Michael gets the product. Let's say someone buys it from 2 a.m. to 3 a.m., they take the inventory from Katrina. You know what I mean? That's how the buy box works. It just rotates between the sellers between different times. Now, how do you get longer buy box and how do you get the buy box? As long as you have good shipping time and you have a good price, you are straight. Reviews barely matter. That's like top 1% of the buy box. That does not matter that much, okay? Stock count, that also does matter a little bit, but it does not matter that much, okay? The most important thing to get the buy box is literally just have a good price, have good shipping time, and that is pretty much it to get the buy box. You guys, I don't want you guys to have a false misconception that you need to be, like have 1,000 reviews on your store and look trustworthy. That's not how it works because you're selling a product that already exists on Amazon. This listing already exists. You guys are not creating a new listing and making photos and doing all of that. No, if you found this product at a profitable price, all you're doing is supplying inventory to this listing that already exists. You're just another seller in this inventory. The ads is done for you, the marketing is done for you, the listing is done for you, all these photos are done for you. You're literally just supplying inventory to the listing. That's it. And then Amazon will randomly pretty much just take your inventory and you make a profit. Okay, so that is what the buy box is, and that is why this pink line is constantly switching. What you want to make sure is that it's stable. If you see the pink line going down on a straight downtrend, that means that the price is tanking. And why would you want to be selling a product where the price is tanking, right? Make sure that it kind of looks like this, where it's almost straight. And like I said right now, always make sure that you would at least be breaking even if it went down to the lowest price here, which is $16.95. Okay, so it told us right here that it's $16.95, right? Now, looking at the middle chart of the Keepa graph, it's just telling us how many times it sells a month, and it's telling us the history within it. We already know that because it told us right here. If you guys want the most estimate of how much this product is going to sell a month, right, you could go to show 1 year and look at how much it was selling a year ago in like October. If you're curious on how much it's going to sell in October, you could go a year ago to October and be like, okay, so it was selling 5,000 times a month last October. So this October, you could assume that's also going to be selling 5,000 times a month. So you guys could take advantage of that with the Keepa graph, but that is what it's telling you right here. Now, the last thing is going to be the offer count. Okay, so every single time I say offer count, that just means seller count. Amazon calls their sellers, which is us, right? The ones selling on Amazon, they call us offers. Okay, so offer count, that just means seller count. Every single time you guys see this purple line go down, someone sold out. Every single time you see it go up, some seller hopped on the listing. Okay, so it's going down right here, sellers are selling out. It's going up right here, sellers are hopping on the listing. What you want to see to know if this is a good product or not is that you either want to see sellers selling out, hopping on, selling out, hopping on, exactly how this offer count graph is set up, or you want to see it on a straight downtrend. Why? Because if it's on a straight downtrend, that means that there's tons of demand for the product and the sellers cannot even keep up with it, right? If you see it on a straight uptrend, it's not going down at all. That means that there's so many sellers hopping on the product, yet there's not enough demand. And what typically happens when there's so many people hopping on the listing and nobody's selling out is that everybody fights for the lowest price and then the price starts tanking and now nobody ends up profitable, okay? So avoid products that look like that. You either want to see the offer count going up and down like this because that means people are selling out, or you want to see it going straight down, and that's it. That is the best way for me to summarize this. Typically what a winning product looks like is the review count right here is going up. That means tons of people are reviewing, offer count is going down, and the pink line is stable. That's typically what a winning product looks like and what you would want to see. Now, looking at the profit calculator, starting out, you guys are most likely going to be doing FBM. FBM stands for fulfilled by merchant. Merchant is you, right? I'm Michael, so just fulfilled by Michael, right? So this means that you're shipping it out of your house. Okay. FBM costs, what you want to include here is how much your shipping label is probably going to cost. If you guys want to keep an average, kind of stay on the safe side, I guess, you can set your FBM cost to $6.50 just because since Amazon offers free shipping, that means that you're going to have to pay the shipping, and that's typically how much it's going to cost on average. Now it does depend like what state you in. You guys could change around your shipping settings, but set your FBM cost to $6.50 because this will give you an accurate amount of how much profit you'll actually be making. Now, looking down at the profit calculator, this Amazon does take fees right here. It does already let you know. So the profit that you see is after the shipping label, after Amazon fees, after all of that, right? The final profit you see here should be exactly what you are taking home. Looking at the offers right here, once again, that just means sellers. This is just telling us who is on the listing, what fulfillment types they're doing, and how much they're pricing it at. This also tells us how many reviews they have, who's selling it, and we can even click their stores to see what products are selling. Now, the buy box analysis, okay? This is super, super, super important. A lot of beginners miss out on this, okay? And this is why so many of them lose money. The buy box analysis is telling you what percentage of people got a sale on this product. This right here, the offer count, is just telling you who is selling the product. The buy box analysis is telling you who's actually got sales selling the product, okay? And it tells you if they're doing fulfilled by Amazon, if they're doing fulfilled by merchant. What you want to make sure is that it's actually being rotated. How I explained it earlier, how the buy box gets rotated, you want to be double checking that it is actually being rotated. Because with some listings, there's 20 people on the product, yet there's only 2 people getting the sale, which is a wholesaler, the brand, or just Amazon. Those are only ones getting a sale, right? You want to make sure that people like us doing online arbitrage are actually getting the sale. So make sure it looks something like this where it's actually being rotated. Look at this guy right here. He has 2 reviews, meaning he's a beginner like you guys, and he won 34% of the buy box, right? There's nothing else that he has. He's not a special brand direct guy. He's not a wholesaler. He's literally just an online arbitrage guy. He has 2 reviews, and he won 34% of the buy box. You just want to make sure that you see a lot of colors here and make sure that you're on the most recent time, which is the average 30 days. Now, that is basically exactly what you need to know as a beginner about SellerAmp and about Keepa. I will be making a separate video on how to reverse source. If you just click my channel and literally just look at the video above this, it's probably how to reverse source, okay? So that's actually going to be very, very important. I'll be making a video on that, how to reverse source, but I did just give out a lot of free sauce right now. There is more in-depth things, like for example, going full screen on Keepa and having to, look at the variations, the data. But as a beginner, what I just told you right now is pretty much all you need to know. Now, if you guys have any questions, you could try to DM me. I do try to answer all of my DMs. You could comment. I do answer all the comments. That'll be it, boys. Thank you for watching. Check out my other YouTube videos.